Swansea.
Morning.
Good morning. It's 9 o'clock, November the 25th, 2024, and I'll call our regular Commissioners Court meeting is now in session. First item on the agenda is roll call by our county clerk, Mary Jane Banon. Mary Jane, good morning.
Good morning, Judge Commissioners.
Good morning.
Judge Bresno,
Present.
Commissioner Mendoza, Commissioner Morales,
Present.
Commissioner Solis,
Present.
Commissioner Garza.
Present.
We have quorum, Judge.
Thank you, Mary Jane. Next item is our invocation, Dr. Roger Miller. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Morning.
When I wasn't with you last time, I came down with that virus floating around.
Will you be able to join us on Wednesday?
No, I have family coming in for
Okay.
our Thanksgiving dinner, but thank you for the invitation.
All right, thank
I'll
you.
chew my turkey, including yours. But I'm thankful that we're together this morning as we begin this week. So if you bow your heads with me, let's pray. Our Father, Creator of all, we assemble this morning realizing that we are in times of change. We seek today to both maintain what we have and yet prepare for the future. And sometimes these two are at odds with each other. So in this uncertainty, we seek your wisdom the more so. Today we come together before you asking for your presence and influence here in this court. We know we need not beg for it, as your holy word tells us that if we ask for and desire to receive your wisdom, it will be given freely. So today, Father, we ask, may our decision makers, our judge and commissioners seek you and receive your wisdom. May they have a new level of clarity, a new understanding, and a new vision which will prepare them for the tasks of this day. May they receive the peace of mind, body, and spirit necessary for the tasks that lie ahead of them. And we ask and seek these things in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen.
I
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 4, communications, and I mentioned to Dr. Miller, this Wednesday is our annual training luncheon conference and here at the community center, and usually Dr. Miller leads us in prayer to begin the session, but we certainly miss you. And so we encourage all employees to go. It is a required training, so those employees that decide not to go will miss out on a day's pay. So we need to encourage everyone to be there. Look forward to that. Certainly want to thank all the sponsors. This event is sponsored by generous donations of our merchants and those vendors that do work with the county, and so we appreciate their help in putting this luncheon together and not bringing any taxpayer funds to be used for it. So it's all the donations, so I appreciate the help for all this. There's of course plenty of gifts that are door prizes that are donated by local officials, department heads, and businesses throughout the session. Usually, even the unlucky ones, I include myself, usually end up with a prize that day. There's enough for everyone, so I think there's a 100% chance at least even with one door prize. So I appreciate the generosity. I want to bring that up. Any other communications, Commissioners?
We also had a walkthrough, the judge and myself, we did a walkthrough at the jail on Friday. We were checking out some work that Mr. Campos is doing at the regional jail. He's been doing a great job, and I want to thank you for the great work that you're doing for our regional jail.
Yeah, the work was impressive. The jail, of course, it's an aging building. It's got so there are some needs there, especially with the roof. So we'll be looking at trying to get those fixed. You know, over the years there's been some wear and tear, and of course I guess some remediations done that maybe haven't quite worked out. So we need to address the roof issues, and that we'll be getting a report from our Premier Engineering to see what is needed. And of course, some of the interior needs additional remediation, including some of the camera systems, and so we'll be looking at that and bringing that before the court to make sure that that jail is first-rate standards. So, any other communications? We'll move on to public comment. This section provides the public the opportunity to address the Commissioners Court on any items on the agenda. Any members of the public at this time? No, we'll move on to item number 6, approval of invoices. And in your package, Commissioners, we had invoices from November the 8th, 2024 to November the 21st, 2024, for a total of $600,070.
Motion to approve is presented.
Motion to approve is presented by Commissioner Solis,
I'll second that.
seconded by Commissioner Garza. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Number 7, approval of checks issued, and also the checks that are being presented are from November the 8th, 2024 to November the 21st, 2024, for a total of $600,000 even with 70 cents.
Motion to approve is presented.
Motion to approve is presented.
Second that.
Second by Commissioner Garza. You know, I was going through them, a lot of these checks have already gone out, is that correct, Gonzalez? You know, I think the court, we're in a position where we're just ratifying, payments that have been made. And certainly if we catch something, it's kinda after the fact. I don't know if we can,
Change that?
I think the court should be able to approve these invoices with some actual authority, instead of just ratifying, the occurrences that have been made. I know we rely on your office to make sure that these expenses, are legitimate, but in many cases, we may have questions. I have questions here on a lot of the travel and training that, the sheriff department is
Correct.
is
Right.
doing, and, basically, they've exhausted, the travel budget in a month. And are we gonna pay additional, is this additional to what they've already expended?
No. This is, the percentages,
Because they've already, they had $10,000 for the year, they
Right.
spent it, entirely in 1 month. And now we've got additional expenses here for travel, for individuals that, I guess, we can say are no longer gonna be with the county.
Right,
So
okay.
we're allowing that to happen, the incoming sheriff will have basically no funds to work with.
right.
So we're approving these after the fact. If you bring them to me before the fact, I'll say, hey, wait a minute, we need to make sure that, these are legitimate travel expenses. Why are we expending these resources, very limited? I mean, they have,
And we can do that, we can hold on to all checks until y'all ratify it, that kinda puts pressure back on them,
It has
on
to be
everyone
that way.
to get
Yeah.
us the stuff before they go places, yes, yeah, I'm all for that, yes.
well, we need to exactly do that, because I'm not in favor of approving more expenditure for travel, because they have no money.
Right.
They've already expended it.
We're also caught in a situation where sometimes things are bought, not this, but other things where things are bought and then comes to us to, issue a PO and it's after a fact, so, we're in that situation.
We have to
also.
be
But
very
yeah, we
careful
could-
with this. I certainly am not in agreement with approving these expenditures. I think we should actually request a reimbursement.
Okay,
They don't have the money to go. And, we've got the sheriff, Mr. Peña, and Carlos Ramirez spending an additional $1,500 this week.
right.
And they don't have any money in their budget.
Well, they're gonna do a line item transfer thing.
So you're gonna allow a line item transfer without the court approval? You don't have the authority, Mr. Gonzalez.
No,
The court has
I
the
agree,
authority.
I'll hold on to all checks until y'all ratify, I can do that, yes. I'll do
Well,
that.
not ratify, approve. We
Oh,
need to
approve until you approve.
before they're issued.
Yes, we can do that, yes, of course.
So what are we gonna do with these?
Well, you
they're
just
gonna-
said you were gonna ask for reimbursement.
You're gonna ask for reimbursement on these?
I can ask for reimbursement, yes.
Okay. I think
And
the
I
court-
won't release any checks until y'all approve, checks. I can do that.
Especially with those department heads or elected officials that have a month to go in their term. And I see a lot of expenditures for precinct 1 here too that honestly shouldn't be happening.
Right,
I think we need to allow the incoming, elected officials, an opportunity to with the limited funds that they have, to be able to work with
Right.
instead of working with nothing, starting off with zero.
Again,
Because
on that situation.
I can tell you, the sheriff department is determined to spend every dollar that has been budgeted to them in the 3 months that, the next month that they have left. If we don't stop it, the incoming sheriff will have zero funds to work with.
Is there a way to put a hold on the budget?
Well, I also did a budget analysis on Friday, and if you go by month, it's about 8% that they use every month. And up until Friday, they've used, and their budgets for the sheriff's office, for the jail, they've used 16%, 17% and 18%. So that's, I mean, that's, if you go by those percentages of the department as a whole, it's a little bit off with, because there's fuel and lubricants, nothing's been removed.
I mean, I saw an expense here for decals, for units. Are these new units? I mean, $5,000, that if they're new units, these, should have been taken care of with Operation Lone Star. I've got, I saw it here, and I'll get you. Patty's Signs, 4 vehicles, unit 1004, 1005, 1041, and 1042, $5,800. That is more than half of the budget for that line item,
Okay.
in those 4 items. Now, should these expenses should have been, if these aren't new units, are they older units? Are they being replaced? I mean, there's no explanation.
Right.
It's on page 27. So I think we need to take a very hard look at what, you know, the expenditures that are taking place. And these are $6,000, and that particular equipment maintenance had a $10,000 budget. So they just spent $5,800, so that's more than 18%. That's 60%
For
of
decals.
their budget in a month. And they're gonna spend the rest of it unless we approve. And
Right.
they're legitimate expenses, emergencies, yes. But I see the pattern where everything is being spent on every line item.
Okay.
And the travel budget is gone. The court is gonna be faced when the incoming, of course, there's trainings that are gonna have to be, you know, for the new sheriffs and their staff, and it's all gone. So, yeah, I do have issues.
Okay,
with
yeah,
that.
from this point forward, I'll hold all checks until approved by the court.
I appreciate that, okay. And then, all those in favor of approval of checks issued?
Aye.
And we're gonna seek a reimbursement on that, latest travel, see if we can get that money back.
On all 3.
Okay. Reports and presentations, item number 8 is the presentation from Zapata Soil and Water Conservation District Board. Mr. Joe Odolia Jr., Board Chairman. Joe Odolia, thank you.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to come before you guys and appreciate your service to the county. I'm going to provide you with our financial statement and the budget. We didn't get that in, sorry about that. We've been kind of busy. Let me just start by saying it's been a successful year for our office. We were able to service 29 contracts, and we expended $913,855, and approximately half of that has been paid. $445,000 has been paid to local landowners, and those contracts covered 17,000. Y'all know, Judge. 17,000 acres. It's I've been out in the sun all day. And those 29 contracts, 11 have been completed, so there's 10 that are still active, 18 that are still active out there. And 17,474 acres have been serviced. And that's it's impressive every year how they work out there. On more positive news, we had a student from Zapata Middle School, I guess it was, Sofia Alanis, won regional in a poster contest. That meant she was submitted to the state, and she won the state. So now she's been submitted to the national contest.
Well,
And
if
I
it's-
think she's gonna win.
If it's
You know?
possible, we'd like to recognize her here if she's not camera shy.
No, and when she got the award at the state convention, she couldn't be there, it was a school night, and, I tried to train the chairman to say Zapata, Texas, but no, it came out Zapata. That's the way they're gonna say it every time. But it was such an honor to have her picture up there, and they talked a little bit about her, a little bio. And, so we're hoping that she's gonna win national. And people come up to me and say, she didn't do that, somebody else did. And I said, well, you don't know the dad. The dad is the one that was actually the one that taught her how to draw and how to do poster. And he only used pencils, she got colors, and she's very, very skilled, very talented. And it's a reflection of the school district as well. Next year, 2025, this soil and water district, which has been around as long as Whataburger, that's 1950, we're going to be 75 years old. And no, I was not there back when they started, but
But your father was.
my dad was around, yeah. And it's gonna be a big deal, we're gonna get recognized at the state. There's several districts, but Zapata's among the first, which, when you consider what was going on in 1950 with the dam being built, there was a general mistrust of government, and somehow we overcame that. And that's basically what I want to say. The last thing I'll say is this: hopefully the gridlock that exists at our national government kind of breaks up, because we are operating with USDA on a continuing resolution, which is usually 90 days. Locked up in all of that is the Farm Bill, the Farm Security Act. The Farm Bill, I think, is going to provide more dollars for conservation practices, because they've started a climate smart initiative, which I hope the incoming administration takes up, and that's really gonna help us locally. So we come before you today to ask for our usual funding of $31,000, and
The board did approve that in the budget,
okay.
Julia, so.
And we just want to comply with your, and I appreciate what you young men do and for the county, and let's hope.
I appreciate that.
I will warn you that there's a lot of deer hunters out there, and there is fire danger.
Yes.
We've got high grass and dry conditions, so I haven't looked to see if there's a burn ban, but I would suggest.
There is.
There is, good. And thank you so much.
Okay.
We appreciate it.
Julia.
Yes, as, you know, ranchers throughout, Mr. Lee had mentioned that we have a high, I guess, rate of interest from ranchers in applying for these programs. They really help, especially all those ranchers, including myself, that lease a lot of country. It's very difficult to make these conservation practices in a leased pasture without the help of the soil and water conservation, and their staff, their technicians are excellent. Blas Hines and of course I see Val there.
Val.
Good morning, Belinda, and of course Julian. They really go out of their way in helping the local ranchers, and I appreciate everything they do.
We do have an additional employee now, Tommy.
Okay, I don't think I've met Tommy yet.
Yeah, he's really, he wanted to come here.
Well, good.
So, and he's living up there, just inside Jim Hogg on a
But it's a tremendous help, and we are continuing to conserve our county with those practices, so we thank them. We'll move on to the action items, deliberate and consider action on item 9, to request Zapata County Sheriff Department forfeiture fund expenditures for current fiscal year 2024 and 2025. And Commissioner, this is right along the line what we were talking about with the invoices and checks. I became aware of a donation that was made to a local club and I did confirm a $30,000 donation for the forfeiture fund. I think you know, we don't have our county attorney here to see whether it's an allowable expense from that fund, but certainly it does bring up what we've been talking about. That fund in January of this year had a balance of this is the Chapter 59 forfeiture fund, had a balance in January of this year, $162,708. In October, of this year, we are down to, I just for the record want to make sure that I got my, we are down to $3,131.72. So the entire fund has been exhausted, and the latest, I guess, was a $30,000 donation to a local 4-H club, which may be allowable, but everything I've read and speaking with law enforcement issues, those funds should be used for training those organizations that are involved with law enforcement, victims assistance, crime assistance, and certainly it's a very generous donation to a 4-H club, but I don't know if I did speak to our county extension agent about it. The funds have been deposited in their account, but no expenditures have been made, and I just want to make the court aware that that transaction has been made. And the reason I'm asking is, as required by the statute, the sheriff's office should determine a detailed expenditure report to the court before every budget year. We did not receive that this year. We did receive an expenditure account, a budget, as we did from the county attorney, who, by the way, has also not turned in an expenditure report. And in that budget for the Chapter 59, the sheriff department submitted salary overtime, $68,557.01, travel and training, $6,000, youth awareness programs, $1,000, vehicle expense miscellaneous, $1,000, uniforms and equipment, $1,000, and dues and subscription, $1,000, for totaling $78,557.01. That was the amount that was, when we began the budget, what was in that account. And in 45 days, it's all gone. Now, as part of his budget, he did include very generous stipends to some of his staff of $5,762 to Mr. Sanchez. Some of his senior brass got $5,762. Some of his junior staff, $3,000, and some of his sergeants got an additional $3,000, which was all of those employees that were earning above the $45,000 salary amount. What I want to know is, many of these employees will not be with the Sheriff Department January 1st. Now, noting what's left in the account, the stipend went out all at once. Now, should this been prorated for those 3 months, or do they get to keep the entire amount?
I would think it'd be prorated to 25%.
Well, it's all gone.
Yeah.
So I think that's something that we need to get explanation from the Sheriff Department, because many is old, and some of it, at least one is not even in a peace officer. Mr. Peña got $1,000
I would have to talk to the county attorney about that, on how that works, yeah.
And that's why I'm asking for a detailed report of those expenses, because it's all gone. So that the incoming sheriff will have zero to work with. And that's certainly, disappointing, to say the least. But I just want to make sure that these expenses are legitimate, and I need a report as to where those 100, between January and this month, $158,000 were spent. And the court deserves, because we do have oversight authority, we deserve to know where those monies were spent. And I think the public deserves to know where those monies were spent.
Judge, I'll make a motion to approve as presented.
Motion by Commissioner Solis, second by Commissioner Garza. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carried. Item number 9, to review posted invoices for the Zapata County Sheriff's Office dated 10/8/2024. Along the same lines, I came across some expenditures that are very questionable. These is actually from our county funds, and they are 2 invoices received October 9, 2024, for $1,063.40 for basically 30 t-shirts, 30 polo shirts, and an embroidery, for staff that the majority will no longer be, with the county. Fine, they got 30 t-shirts. What I have a more question on is the second invoice of 230 and 86, and these were for additional polo shirts for the same individuals. And the problem I noticed right up front is the embroidery is for a Hope and Faith logo and name. That is nothing associated with the county, and those monies should have never been spent on anything that's associated with. And the problem I have is, it went through your office,
Yes.
Mr. Gonzalez, it has your stamp.
Right.
Doesn't have your signature,
Which
'cause,
is stamp as good as a signature for.
so you allow your staff, you don't review.
I review, and I've talked to Mr., the sheriff and Mr. Peña. The first one I really can't do anything about, because it's still the elected official. The second one, I did ask for reimbursement on that.
Well, that's the least that we can get.
Right.
But you should be catching, it shouldn't be, I shouldn't have to bring it before the court, to explain, what we've been talking about all morning, that, anything, with those departments, especially those elected officials that are on their way out, nothing should be approved unless the court approves.
And also to clarify, Judge, checks are held at the treasurer's office until after they're approved here. Except for reimbursements for travel and for utilities, all other checks are held at the treasurer's office until the court approves it.
Okay, well, that makes me feel a little better.
Yes.
But, so, yeah, I brought these up, Commissioners, I think the court, at the very least, should get fully reimbursed for the 230.86. And I don't know who Hope and Faith is, but they should not, no county funds should be used, for certain entities that don't belong to the county.
Judge, may I approach?
Yes, Judge Rooney, yes.
Good morning, for the
Good morning.
record, Judge Rooney. As I just heard Triunfo saying that for the shirts, that the sheriff was able to use the money because he's the elected official and it's his budget. But I know that I usually call me when I make some kind of transactions and you say
Right.
that I have to let
Well,
you know.
which is the
So
way I would like
I'm
for-
just here to ask.
No, which is the way she's doing it properly. I mean, it's sometimes after the fact, people buy it, then it comes to me. There's people like, Judge Rooney who calls and asks, and we have that relationship. But some people, go with the, ask for.
And it's hard to go back once they have the property. But I understand that we need to really look at our financial guidelines that we have.
Our
Is it
policy.
our budget
We need
or-
to make sure that we submit a request with a quote or a PO. You don't have a PO, you cannot get anything done.
Which is the
So
way-
How
yeah.
can we be getting invoices when everything is already done? It's should
After
be
the
the other
fact.
way around.
Yeah.
I think that should be
That's the way I'm
stressed with
working
every
with
department.
my budget. I turn in a quote with the amount that it's gonna require for it to cover it, and then I get a PO. If I don't get a PO, then I don't order, because it's out of an
Right.
expense. So I think that we really need to sit down as a
emphasize
court,
it.
look at the process that we have in place, and if we need a training, someone to come and give us a training on the proper way to request POs, I think that's the way we should go.
Judge, my question,
We cannot
Commissioners,
be-
my question is, I know that they ordered shirts, I know my two clerks paid for their own shirts. So is that allowable for us to order shirts for our employees? I'm just asking.
Is it part of their uniform?
It's one of the things that I really wish we wouldn't do, but it's
Okay.
one of the things
No,
where,
because-
I mean, but she's asking for permission, other people are asking for forgiveness, and she gets, she ends up for doing it the right way, she ends up not getting
So
it.
anyway, that was just my question, because I know that they.
Well, given.
I don't have to, but I'm just.
Given the
asking.
precedent that the court allowed because of what was turned in, yes, get your staff of shirts, looks like it's an allowable expense. I mean, are we gonna allow that?
We're allowing Christmas trees, so, yeah, I guess so.
Well, the Christmas tree was allowed back then when y'all bought the one here in the plaza.
Yeah, well, that was
So,
different.
And
That's
I
not
do,
for
and I
office.
do have some invoices from back, when the prior JP was there, so she did have also Christmas, decorations, so that's why I figured that.
And
I mean, if you buy a polo shirt with a county seal, the
I
county
would
employee,
assume, I would
Yeah.
assume.
I think that justifies. Now, when you buy 30, so that means they have one for every day of the week. There were 6 individuals,
And the judge is always real good about calling and asking, so
That's
call.
fine. They bought 30 T-shirts, for 6 individuals, and then they had it embroidered with the county seal, all right? Then they bought T-shirts, for cancer awareness. They got, 6 of those for another $100. And then they got, T-shirts for October, and another 6 for another 102. And of course, they were all, so basically they ended up with 42 shirts, for 6 individuals. So that's 7 shirts for, 1 day of the week each. I mean,
So just what Commissioner Morales was saying, we just gotta stress to all the departments to follow the protocols and to do it the proper way. If not, they're gonna have to.
There should be procedures in place.
Yeah.
If we don't, we need to go back and revise them.
the procedure in place, I just think the auditor, just by allowing his staff to stamp their name, Mr. Gonzalez, you're not
Well,
following
they're
through.
not in place, well, I mean, they are in place, but right now you're allowed to go purchase something and then bring the invoice.
Yes, but.
What Mr. Morales is saying is to get the PO beforehand and then go buy the.
I sign every document that's put in front of me. I don't have a stamp. I don't understand why you have to have a stamp. You're not, so your staff, and then of course.
My stamp is as good as the signature.
Your
I-
response to me is, oh, my employee did it, she already left. That's what you told me. This is your stamp on it.
Which I'm saying that it's, the signature's as good as a stamp. We're arguing the same thing here.
No, we're not. You're not following through on reviewing the purchase orders. You're allowing your staff to make the decisions.
I signed for it.
No, you don't. They stamped it.
No,
for
they
you.
don't stamp it, I stamped it. I stamped it. They don't stamp it, they don't stamp any. No, I
Well,
stamped it.
so you didn't review this then?
I reviewed it, but I guess.
You told me you didn't review it.
I didn't say that. I said the stamp was as good as a signature. They don't stamp it, I
So
stamp it.
then, for sure you didn't review it, or you just allowed it? But you told me you didn't review it. You said it was Dora. She left.
No, she does not review it. I review all of them. I review all of them.
Okay. Well, I think you need you might need glasses like mine. You're not seeing very
I
well.
reviewed over.
A memo where we can get, a memo from their department stating what you can, like Mr. Morales said, and cannot do, because maybe it's just those rules are being forgotten.
So,
Nobody's-
and Pat, I'm glad you're speaking up, because we've got 2
Yes.
items, the next 2 items.
But I saw that it's, that for work that is done, it hasn't been done, because I need the approval of the court.
Good, and that's what it should
And
be.
that's, yeah, but I don't know why it's stating here for work done, cause it hasn't.
Right,
I
okay.
have a code
Well,
here with
I'm
me.
glad you took that,
Yes.
and it was something that, and we can move on, so
Yes.
we already voted on number 10, right? No.
No,
So we get a motion, I think you made a motion to request, reimbursement on the 200.
That was a number 9.
That was the number 9.
Okay, so I would need a motion, to, approve item number 10, along, well, I really don't think we should approve either one.
no, and no. I have to find my own
Until, we can, see if we can get reimbursed for the entire, these employees are leaving, the majority of them, I think all 6 of them.
At the least, not approve those second one, at the least.
Well, I don't think we should approve either one.
Que la vayan para atrás, because we don't get it.
Yeah.
We're not approved. We buy our own.
We buy our own shirts.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve, Judge, for them to go, to reimburse, the invoices,
Both invoices.
both invoices.
Motion by Commissioner Solis to deny paying the invoices and request reimbursement to the county for the full amount of those T-shirts.
To deny the invoices.
Is there a second?
Deny invoices and reimburse
Ask for reimburse on both of them.
Recommended by.
for reimbursement. Okay, so Solis and,
That's.
Gotcha.
thank you.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Is that for both of them?
Both.
Okay, yeah, we're going with the recommendation that he was gonna ask for the reimbursement.
Item number 11 is to approve payment of $2,250 to Zapata Quick Care Incorporated for work done at Zapata Medical Center. So Pat, so yes, Pat called me, of course, with going, falls back hour, that, standard, time now, it gets darker a lot earlier. There was virtually no lights, outside the clinic, and so it does become a danger. I said, get some quotes, get some estimates, and that's something that the court can consider in
It's the
approving.
lowest we got.
Yes,
And where would this come from, Judge?
and this is from non-department, general maintenance.
Motion to approve a total of 2250.
Motion by Commissioner Solis,
I'll second that motion, and it'll be for the Zapata Medical Center.
yes. Second by Commissioner Garza. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Motion carried. Item number 12 is to approve payment of $925 to Hernandez Pest Control LLC for termite control at the Zapata Clinic building. So another call, and we need to take care of that, Commissioners.
And the building
Second.
involved.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Morales, second by Commissioner Solis for $925. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 13 is to appoint or reappoint members to the Texas Historical Commission for a 2-year term.
Judge, I make a motion to reappoint Commissioner Morales.
I'll second that motion.
How many members do we have? I see some of historical.
We have
15.
15.
15. Do we have a list? Monica, I didn't see the list.
Yes, I have one. You want me to bring one
In the
up?
packet, I didn't see it in the
I
packet.
can, let me see.
Did you see it? No.
No, I didn't put it here.
Cause, there may be some individuals, I think
Yeah,
Dr.
there's some
Flores
that are
was
not
on it, I think Dr. Flores moved out of town, so there may be some. Were you part of the other commissions that?
Do we come back to this item?
Yeah, we can go.
Yeah, we'll come back to
Yeah,
that.
we'll recall it. Item number 14, to approve the use of the open pavilion on December 15, 2024 for the Real Elementary PTO Festival.
Motion to approve.
Yeah, motion to approve by Commissioner Garza, second by Commissioner Solis.
So we're gonna have one on the 15th and one on the 19th. Right?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Well, can we modify the motion and include the date as well?
No,
That'll be on the other one?
I'm just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that way, because, yeah, it is a very, site that has a lot of requests, so it's good to bring in. Item number 15, to approve invoice of $16,800 to Tomas Chapa for work done at Zapata County Airport. Mr. Montes said this was concrete work, and it's part of the RAMP program, which is 90% paid by the state of Texas and 10% by the county, so we'll be eligible, I guess, $1,680 is.
Motion to approve payment of $1,680 to Tomas Chapa.
Motion by, well, it's gonna be $1,680, but
1680, but the county will be,
reimbursed for the, yeah.
It'll be a total of $1,680, is that
Yeah,
correct?
yes. Motion by
I'll
Commissioner
second
Solis, second by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Just going back to calling item number 13, to appoint or reappoint members to the Texas Historical Commission for a 2-year term. We have, these are the current members: Mr. Hector Lopez Jr., Roberto Montes Sr., Joselena Martinez, Amparo N. Gutierrez, Dr. Ilegardo Flores, Laura Garza, Judge Olga M. Elizondo, Hector Uribe, Mr. Anselmo Trevino, who passed away, was also a member, Jose Luis Elizondo, and retired Commissioner Jose Emilio Vera. So, Commissioners, we need to replace at least two of those members.
So we got one.
Maybe, we can bring it back. It's gotta be by January, so you'll have time to recruit some members, Commissioners. Unless you wanna serve, Commissioner?
I can start on.
Okay.
Sir, as well.
Okay, so we'll include 2 commissioners, Commissioner,
Solis and.
John Solis and,
Morales.
yes, and Commissioner Morales.
I'll make a motion to appoint Commissioner Solis and Commissioner Morales to the Texas Historical Commission for a 2-year term.
Very well, and that'll complete, is that good, Ms. Martinez? I know you've been very active along with Laura Garza. We thank you for being active in that. So, those will be the new members, Mary Jane. Got a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 16 is to approve the roofing repairs to the environmental building due to water damages. Yes, Mr. Sines, of course, the environmental building is also our dog pound, I guess, animal shelter. it does need a new roof, commissioners. I think we need to go out for estimates on it. It's not a huge building. I think we can, get estimates, and see what it would take to place, I think, the same type of roof, unless you wanna go with a, aluminum siding roof. I think it has asphalt shingles.
Shingles.
I did speak to Mr. Sines, and he was working on getting some quotes in for the repairs, but I guess he hasn't,
Okay, well, we'll see what quotes come in and approve them at the next meeting.
Okay, so we're gonna.
So, we'll table item
Motion to
number
table.
16. Item number 17 is to advertise for the following positions. Number 1 is administrative assistant in the HR department, personnel department, and item number 2 is the airport manager, Zapata County Airport. As far as the airport manager, of course, incoming sheriff, elect Ramon Montes has been the airport manager there for the last few years. I think it'd be wise for the court to bring somebody in December and get some training done. And, so, even though the sheriff has assured me that, he will, be available, to.
Assist in any way?
Assist in any way. We've got a huge grant coming in, $6 million improvement, so he certainly wants to be a part of that.
I know we met with the engineers, I think it was about a week and a half or two.
Yes,
ago.
it's an ongoing
There's
project.
a lot coming in.
Yes, so, and I guess Nelly, HR, is that a vacant position as of now?
yes.
Go ahead and motion
So where did that position go? Did she retire or?
No, she transferred to my department.
So do we have to advertise for your position?
For mine? No, the transfer.
But we don't advertise that position?
Well, we don't have it in court to approve the transfer.
No, it's to my office, you don't have to approve it. You don't approve it.
It's a county position.
It's in y'all, I mean, y'all won't approve it. Y'all never.
I think we need to approve the transfer.
Do we have to like release it?
Yes, it's.
Okay.
That's a general fund position, we have to approve the transfer, so I think the order should have been for the auditor request a transfer from the HR position to his staff. We could approve that, then we can go out for it.
When I had a staff member, the only thing I got was a call from you that she was transferred from one day to the next, that she was transferring over to your office. There was no formality in it, other than a call that you called me and said, hey, by the way.
It was brought to the court.
Later, yeah, after the fact.
We brought it to the court.
After the fact, yeah.
So are you gonna bring it to the court?
Well, I wanna find out if I have to. If I have to, I will.
I think the court needs approval to approve the transfer before we can request, solicitation for new employees. Cause we may decide that if that position is transferred, we are on a, very tight budget. Some of those positions, may not be funded, this coming year. So I think,
The budget's so tight, we hired 6 new people.
exactly, for 1 year.
Well, no, it doesn't work that way.
And we have another position there in that, a retiree here in the courthouse, and certainly we're considering what we're gonna do with that one, whether we can afford to continue or start cutting, as of now. So I think all of us that request, or department heads that may allow for transfer to take place, those positions may not become available. I just want to pursue that.
Can we do it now as far as like request a transfer and approve it now and go out for both positions?
It wasn't on the agenda. I think the only one we can do is the airport manager. If the court decides. And even that one is not on the airport manager, we'd be bringing them in early, so that would be the item, the motion, because that is a fulfilled position also. But if we don't bring somebody in to,
So is the transfer already in your, with your
Yes,
office?
yes.
well, which is whatever y'all wanna do.
So how will we go about it with the transfer?
Well, the legal you know, we had the legal here so we can approve it.
Yeah, Mr. Figueroa was.
Mr. Figueroa is available by phone, sir. He was in a hearing right now at 9, but he said if you call him, he'll be available.
You can leave the hearing.
Transfer has been made already in this department.
Yeah.
No call.
Well, we've got it.
Table it for the next meeting so we can find out.
Yeah, I think that'd be
Table
the,
both positions.
yeah.
So we motion to table?
Motion to table, item 17 by Commissioner, Solis, seconded by Commissioner Morales. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion table. Item number 18 is to approve the K-9 supplement pay for a K-9 investigator who was hired in the 10-560 slot number 9, effective November the 9th, 2024. So we didn't add any supplement in the budget, right? The sheriff
We
department?
only had one position at the time when we approved the budget, so only one position was accounted for.
How much is the supplemental pay?
$100 per pay period. So it'd be 2,300
$2,300.
For the year.
for the remaining.
And he was a new hire, or is he just
It's a rehire.
A rehire.
Yeah, unless the sheriff would use his, I mean, he can use his forfeiture fund for this, but,
$3,000.
yeah.
Would it be able to come from the forfeiture?
I don't know.
Well, we use it for supplements to all his other employees.
But
Well,
regardless.
Run it by him, I mean, we'll approve it.
Regardless, as per previous, policy,
Yeah, he has to get paid.
we
Yeah,
have to.
he has to get paid.
But we have to bring it to court
Mhm.
to get it approved as a K-9 handler.
Yeah,
Correct.
we'll see if we can get it out of the forfeiture fund, whatever's left. And if not, if he denies it, then we'll have to get it out of the general fund.
I'll make a
Right.
motion to approve the supplement pay. Let's see if we can go out for, forfeiture.
And if not, we'll.
Then we'll take care of it.
Motion by
Solis
Commissioner
Garza.
Solis, seconded by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 19 is to approve the update of the authorized official to the resolution in support of the Victims of Crime Program fiscal year 2025, grant number 4975901. So that, the resolution, as it states, Commissioners, has, the sheriff as the authorized official, and I think
I don't know if it's there, but I did. print
I don't
it.
have it, no. So we need to make a change,
On the.
Regardless, it has to change to, because it's the state sheriff Del Bosque as the
Authorized official?
authorized official.
Would this
So
be based
this
off
is
of
the
recommendation?
resolution.
It's
It has,
based off of the
uh,
recommendation by STDC.
Oh, okay.
Is it better just to say sheriff?
yes, so.
Either
this
the
is
county
old
judge
business.
or whoever the court decides to have it.
Whereas Zapata County Commissioners Court finds it in the best interest of the citizens of Zapata County that the Victims Assistance General Direct Services Grant Program Victims of Crime Program fiscal year 25 to be operated for the fiscal year 25. And whereas Zapata County Commissioners Court agrees to provide applicable matching funds for the said project as required by the Office of the Governor grant application. And whereas Zapata County Commissioners Court agrees that in the event of loss or misuse of the Office of the Governor's funds, Zapata County Commissioners Court, let me have a typo here, assures that the fund will be returned to the Office of the Governor in full. Whereas the Zapata County Commissioners Court designates the county judge as the grantee's authorized official, the authorized official is given the power to apply for, accept, reject, alter, or terminate the grant on behalf of the applicant agency. Now therefore be resolved, the Commissioners Court of Zapata County approves submission of the grant application for the Victim Assistance General Direct Services Grant Program, Victims of Crime Program fiscal year 25 to the Office of the Governor. I think our match is, under 10,000, I believe it's 7,000, about 7,000 for this Victims Assistance Grant. But there is a typo, Ms. Nelly, on the third paragraph. I don't know if you want to correct it before we sign it. I mean, we can approve it. It says Zapata County Commissioners Court, RES. It's not a word.
Resolution?
I don't know if it's at the front.
Assures.
Huh?
It's assures.
Assures, okay.
Make a motion to approve, victims of crime program resolution.
Motion by Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved. Number 20, to request to waive the fee for the use of the Zapata County Community Center for January 4th, 2025 for the Zapata High School Skirter Ball. Yeah, skirter ball.
Say, overlook.
Well, if we waive that, we're gonna waive everybody.
I know, I think,
So,
I believe we spoke to them and they paid for it every year, and so they were okay with it. And I know they're running low on funds, but they said that it would be greatly appreciated. So I guess we're gonna have to say
no
no.
deny. You make a motion to deny by Commissioner Garza, seconded by Commissioner Solis. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
They're very understanding. She
Okay.
said, I know
Well, I'm glad you
how
spoke
it
to him,
is.
Commissioner, yes, it's difficult, because as Laura mentioned, good ones. Item number 21 is to discuss and take action on the San Ignacio water plant improvement. Morning, sir.
Good morning.
Morning. Mr. Gonzalez says he wouldn't be with us today, and he'll be
Yes.
joining us. You got the call.
Yes, Judge. My name is Zapata with Premier Engineering. Good morning, Judge.
Morning.
So I'm here to give a little bit of update on the, I have a couple of those, so. Okay, so for the San Ignacio, they are about 50% complete. They're working on the plant, they're sandblasting and painting the clarifier as well as the filters. So they're moving along, and they are requesting a payout for, an amount of $80,180. This would be payment application number 7.
I know you requested a walkthrough, Commissioner May. I don't know, I mean, it's a short week for us, but
Yes.
maybe next week we can take a walk through and see the progress that's ongoing, but, yeah, I've been there once or twice, and yeah, we're moving along.
Do they have an estimated time that they're gonna complete the project?
I'm not sure right now, to be honest. I can get back to you with maybe, my manager.
On the actual.
Yeah, like, I don't remember if you
The
said
completion date, we've got time on that till next year.
Okay.
The one we're, not, doing so well on is the next one.
Yeah,
So we need a motion.
You said it was a total of 80,180?
yes.
I'll make a motion to approve payment to Agstar, payment number 7, in the total amount of $80,180.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Garza. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item number 22 is to discuss and take action on the Northwest Booster Station improvements. That is also a Colonia grant, Commissioners, that we've got 2 ongoing. But this one is, running real short on time, completion time. And I know, your firm has been working with the contractor to make sure that we get it done on time. I think, unfortunately, and I think the public needs to be informed on this, unfortunately, because this project has, been delayed so much, it will affect our ability for the county to go out for additional Colonia grants applications this year. So we'll be out of contention, I guess, out of the running. We won't be able to apply for. And it will also affect our CDBG projects that, that's 2 years in a row where.
Is that with GrantWorks or?
Yes. It's been a difficult process.
Anything affect us for how long?
All this year.
25?
25. So we'll be unable to apply for Colonia, which, because of our economic situation, we most certainly always get funded for these projects, but we do need to comply. And so we're not gonna finish. We had a December 6th completion date for this project to be able to be eligible to apply for those.
Yes, that is correct.
Yes.
Yes.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, and it's mostly because the materials, they're behind, on the materials, so almost all site work has been completed, and it's just basically, tank, they're taking over a lot, so we're pushing them.
They're like back ordered.
Red has been pushing them every single day, giving them a call, going to the site. So we're
Would we
trying
be able to like, I don't know if this would be an option, but call them and say, hey, it's not our issue, they're back ordered.
So we can get something from the company.
From TDA, no, well, we're not in compliance also with our audit, so I
Okay.
don't think a call would do very well. The TDA is not actually reimbursing us for this, payments yet, so if we're halfway with, you already expended $500,000 on it?
close to, yes.
That's been coming out, any news on that, Mr. Gonzalez?
No,
On the
I
audit?
mean, we're still, last week, we're still sending them stuff for over there.
Is that, yeah,
And then for this one, it's, the requesting payment number 6 for an amount of $95,570.
and this one is at what percentage of
This
completion?
is also about 50%. So as soon as all the equipment gets there, it's just gonna be.
Is it also for Agstar, or who would this be?
Yes.
Excuse me?
Agstar?
Yes,
Name?
with the objection made to the bonding company.
Okay.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Motion to approve payment of $95,570, invoice number 6 to Agstar.
Motion by Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Morales. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item number 23 is to discuss and take action on the Zapata jail repairs.
Yes, Judge, for this one, all work has been completed. It was, inspected on Friday. And it's for, this invoice request is for the retainage. And it's $5,362.50.
Motion to approve payment of $5,362.50.
Motion by Commissioner Solis, seconded by Commissioner Garza. Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Good. Nothing for Premier Engineering this time around?
No, nothing.
Thanksgiving gift for us.
The jail repairs is also Agstar, or that's what you're asking, right?
Yes, who's it payable to?
That would be to Campos, right?
This was Campos
Campos,
Construction.
okay, thank you.
LLC.
Thank you.
Mr. Campos, okay, so yeah, we did the walkthrough with you on Friday, and yeah, the cells look good. We'll see how long they last. There's a lot of wear and tear in there, but, I mean, all the jail beds, the interiors, looks good. And of course, we did, walk through and see what else was needed, and I guess we'll, as funding, comes available, we'll see how we can fix it. Continue upgrading the jail. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
We've got one executive session item, Commissioners, and this is item number 4, is to discuss an issue related to a Zapata County wastewater lift station. I guess incident would be the, with a lift station. And, this, item will be heard under, I need a motion, I guess, to go.
I'll make a
Motion to enter executive session, please.
Motion by Commissioner Solis to enter into executive session, seconded by
Garza.
Commissioner Garza. And this item will be heard under section 551.1, consultation with attorney. We are now in executive session. I guess we'll get Mr. Figueroa on the line.
On the line.
Let's make a motion to return to regular session.
Motion by Commissioner Solis to
Second
return to
that
regular
motion.
session, second by Commissioner Gatsa. For the record, no action was taken in the executive session. Item number 24 is to discuss an issue related to a Zapata County wastewater lift station.
No action.
No action on item 24, need a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, Judge.
Motion, by Commissioner Solis to adjourn, second by Commissioner Morales. We are now adjourned. Commissioner, we'll see you Wednesday. At luncheon, training. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Can you get us the?
Yes.
Should be free.